Hello everyone. So today let us talk about resolutions and statuses in Jira. Now I wanted to make this video, although I have talked about this and I'm sure I must have shown you something on my channel, but I thought, okay, let us make a video where I can explain when to use resolutions and when not to use resolutions, or when to use status and when not to use statuses. Now I'll give you an example. Let us say you're talking about a bug, right? Now when you resolve a bug, you may not always fix it, or I should say when you work on the life cycle of a bug, of course the bug will go through different statuses, and that is of course your workflow. Workflow is the life cycle, and usually when you raise a new bug, it will go to a to-do state or maybe open state, ideally open state, and then someone will acknowledge it, and then based on their initial assessment, they will, after acknowledging, they will start working on it, or they may just reject it, that it is not really a bug, it was maybe something that they cannot reproduce, or maybe it cannot be fixed. So this is of course something that you can do with the workflow. So you can have different statuses in the workflow, but imagine that you need to know for sure by looking at the bug or maybe a list of bugs somewhere. You want to know what was the final resolution. Now of course in Jira you can always create statuses like duplicate, declined, or maybe not fixed, right? You can always create these statuses, but ideally you should be using a resolution field. So what you can do is, of course, and of course there are different ways of doing it. You can have resolutions like duplicate, decline, cannot reproduce, and blah blah blah. And when you are moving your issues or bugs in this case to that final stage, which is usually done or closed, and of course make sure in your workflow you are asking people to fill up the resolutions, or you're setting it automatically using a post function. So when you do this, it is of course, in my opinion, a bit better approach instead of just creating a status called duplicate, although you can do it and nothing wrong with it, but this is just one small thing that you should recommend if you are a Jira admin or a Jira consultant, because ultimately what will happen if you don't follow this approach, your Jira instance will have too many statuses, and in most cases statuses should be treated as